fuck is going on, guys? I'm not gonna waste any of your time, but if you're new, hit that sub button, drop a like right now. Let's head into the 500k squad builder. Now, I don't want to mess around and waste any of your time, but I do need to explain that this is 500k, or more specifically, it's around 485,000 coins if you only buy the gold cards of these players. I obviously have an inform and a couple of POTM cards, but if you want this to be under 500k, use the gold cards and it's around that price. I'll explain which ways you can upgrade it when we get into it. Anyway, starting it off with goalkeeper, we've got NAVAS. Now, you can interchange him with Oblak. Oblak is better at saving penalties because Navas is a little bit smaller than Oblak, but Navas is still 6'1", which isn't too bad, and he's made some ridiculous saves. And before I go even farther into this, I want to explain that I'm not an amazing player, and I have 16 wins, 2 draws, and no losses with this team. It is literally my favorite squad that I've ever used in any FIFA ever. It's been ridiculous for me. So at left back, we've got Azpilicueta, and he's such a solid left back. He really just is what you expect from an 84 left back. He holds it down. He's got 84 defense and 77 physical, and he really helps out because he's normally in the right position and just a really solid player all around. Then getting into one of my favorite center backs in the game this year, 88 defense, 70 pace, and 81 physical on Pepe. Along with him being 6'2" with a high defensive work rate, that's why we went with Pepe at center back, and you'll be very surprised of how good he actually is. I threw on a catalyst for him rather than throwing on maybe a sentinel for him like I did with Azpilicueta, because I thought passing from the back to the midfielders for Pepe was going to be important because he makes a lot of tackles and he needs to get the ball into play, and then obviously pace is good for a center back. And then I've got Inform Ramos. Now, he himself is about 420,000 coins, but if you were to only buy the gold card, it's about 130k right now, so that's what I'd suggest you guys do. Plus, I don't think that the 420,000 coins is really worth it for this Sergio Ramos. I would rather buy the regular card, and I'll probably sell him and buy the regular card once he gets out of packs for his inform. But anyways, amazing card all around with 79 pace, 70 shot, 75 passing, 75 dribbling, 88 physical, and 91 defense. Ridiculous card. Then at right back, we have hands down my favorite right back in the game, which is Bellerin. He's got 95 pace, 77 dribbling, 74 defense. I put on a Guardian for him so he'd get better dribbling and better defense. And what I've seen is that just because his defense is approximately like 77 after the Guardian, and he's got 95 pace, the physical really doesn't play a factor. And plus 68 physical isn't awful, especially for a fullback. Moving into the midfield, we've got Hazard. He's out of position. I've got his POTM version of his card. In the midfield, you have to know that they're not going to stack up the stats that the attackers are going to. This triangle up here, that is the most important part of the squad, and we'll get to that in a minute. But Hazard at left center midfielder after 50 games, coming off of the first, 30 games off the bench. I was using him as a super sub. In the last 18 games, I've been using him in this team, and that's where he's gotten most of his assists from this last 18 games. He's probably gotten around 12 assists in these last 18 games, along with about 3 or 4 of the goals in the last 18 of the games. So in the last 18 games, Hazard has been very, very solid. Moving on to center mid, we've got Modric. Modric is my favorite holding center midfielder in the game this year. He's got all around great stats, and if you set his instructions, and I encourage you guys to do this, set his player instructions to stay back while attacking. That will apply, more of a center defensive midfielder from him, and he's got great standing tackle. He's got enough pace to get back against the other midfielders, and he's really good at just setting up the play from that center midfield position. At right center midfielder, probably the worst player in the squad, which is ISCO here. ISCO has only got 2 goals and 2 assists in the 18 games that he has played, but he does start a lot of the plays as well. He gets back well with Bellerin. When Bellerin gets up the pitch, he kind of fills in that space, which is nice, and Bellerin, again, he gets up the wing really, really well. So one thing that maybe you could change is putting Sergio Busquets here at center mid, because then when Bellerin gets up the wing, maybe Busquets will drop back even more and just fill in that space that Bellerin is leaving behind, because in a central formation like this, you will see Azpilicueta and Bellerin get up the wing, which is nice. And plus, having Hazard here at left center midfielder, it allows Azpilicueta to stay back on defense. Anyways, moving to center attacking midfielder, one of the most surprisingly amazing cards I've used this year, CAZORLA. In 18 games, he's had 9 goals and 11 assists, and since that's 20 combined stats there in goals and assists in 18 games, with the players that he's surrounded by, like MODRIC and Eden Hazard, and then you'll see Costa and Villa, that's just ridiculous stats from CAZORLA. He's been really making the runs when Hazard, MODRIC, and ISCO play the ball up to Villa and Costa. What you'll see is CAZORLA will make the run, and then you can lay it off to CAZORLA, and he'll get that finesse shot off very often. So that's what I've really been using CAZORLA, and that's how he scored in about half of the games. Then we're moving on to the big guy of the squad. That's Diego Costa. I've got his POTM card here. He's probably going to get an even bigger upgrade after the winter upgrade, so this POTM card will probably be 90 rated. But anyways, he's got 19 goals in 18 games, along with 7 assists. He just can't be stopped. When he's on the run, it doesn't matter that he's got 78 pace, because that 91 physical will body off nearly any defender, and then you can shoot it from nearly anywhere with him as well. Along with 86 dribbling and 78 passing, makes him easily one of the best, if not the best striker in the game, maybe after the striker Ronaldo card. Then, if you guys have put off David Villa, shame on you. I think there's still time for you to do this squad building challenge, but he's unbelievable. He's got 17 goals in 25 games. 7 of those games he came off the bench in around the 80th minute as a substitute. Only the last 18 games I've played with him, he has started, and he's got 17 goals, 8 assists, and he's the most clutch player on this team. He's got 5-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. Those 4-star skill moves come in handy. A lot of people don't actually know that David Villa does still have 4-star skills. A lot of people assume he has 3, and that can throw off a defender or 2. Anyways, he's got 17 goals, and a lot of those goals have come late in the game. He really is good at about shooting it from the 18-yard. Even with somebody on him, he's able to place it in the bottom corner of the net. The goalkeepers nearly never get to it. His shooting percentage to, like, his shooting to goal, shots per to goal ratio is far better than Costa's. I don't know what it is about Villa. Maybe it's because I've given him a finisher rather than an engine card I've given to Costa, but it's been unbelievable. But that's the squad, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Sorry it's been a little bit of a longer video, but I just wanted to explain how amazing this squad was. So if you haven't yet, subscribe right now. Don't hesitate. Hit that sub button. It's free. It's easy. It's a win-win situation, really, for me and you. It's a win-win situation. And also drop a like. Let's go for 201 likes on this video. I hope you enjoyed your stay at the Elite Suite, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out!